Yesterday, I talked about how oil is in its climax situation, and guys, look what happened to oil. It went down from $112 to literally $80, and that was a 29% discount. Right now, oil is trading at a 23% discount, and it happened because of three reasons. I'm going to talk about that. And also, I'm going to give you a couple of trades for the next 3 to 4 days. All you need to do is stick with me for 6 to 7 minutes. That is it. Press the like button right now. Press the like button right now so I don't have to remind you later. Now, oil having its wildest day ever. If you actually exclude COVID day, when oil went negative, yesterday marked the largest intraday trading range in the history of WTI. Look at this chart. Look at this chart. If you remove COVID day, which was this one, oil had a massive volatile day. And we're talking about oil here. We're not talking about any altcoin that goes through this move. But why did it happen? Trump came in to give the speech yesterday, which is why oil went down like 14%. He said that the war is nearly over. Good thing, obviously oil will go down on this news. And he also said that in the long run, oil supplies will be dramatically more secure without the threat of Iranian ships, drones, missiles, and nuclear menace or anything. Oil started to go towards the downside. Then he came back after 2 to 3 hours and he said that we are in the final innings of this war. He said that the United States of America is going to hit Iran 20 times harder if Iran does anything stupid. So oil continued to go towards the downside. But then the second news came out. Why oil went down? The main one was when Iran's deputy FM came out and said that several countries, including Russia and China, which are the main ones? So several countries, including Russia and China, have asked or contacted Iran to go for a ceasefire, which is end the war. And oil continued to move towards the downside because this is a massive thing. But Iran has massive conditions to end the war, which in my opinion are super imaginary and stupid. But we don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to go into the detail of these conditions because they are extremely stupid. But was that it? Is this why oil went towards the downside? Which is this news, Russia and China and Trump coming out and speaking something? No, the main is Strait of Hormuz. We know that the Strait of Hormuz is closed, right? But it's not actually closed. And this is the funniest thing. According to all the trackers, right now, 0 ships are transiting through Strait of Hormuz. And I showed you this same dashboard yesterday. But news came out that the ships are moving through the Strait of Hormuz right now. And how they are doing it is ships are crossing the strait. They basically turn off the transponders before they are moving towards that area and then turn back on when they pass. This is insane. This is the kind of magic which is happening in the world right now. So what ships are doing is they move through the Strait of Hormuz, they shut down their transponders, they move away from the Strait of Hormuz and they turn the transponders off so that Iran cannot see it, Iran cannot attack it, Iran cannot do anything. This is absolutely crazy. So 3 things I talked about. Trump came in, oil went towards the downside. Iran got a threat, not threat, but Iran was contacted by Russia and China to basically end the war. Second thing, and Strait of Hormuz is the final thing which put oil to the deathbed. Will oil move towards the upside again? We don't know. I'm not even focusing on that. What I'm focusing on is the trades. Now, I am in the gold trade. I am in the long gold. Why? Because CME margin requirements for gold right now is less. Gold is very much behaving like risk on assets, and in my opinion it also tapped beautiful support over here. I long 50-50, 50-80 and 50-100 level. I gave it to everyone here in this video and you can see live trade happening over here. Look, this is the live trade going on in Bitfunded, and with Bitfunded you can trade as well with someone else's money. Link is in the description if you want to. If you don't want to, then you can trade in the real account. You can trade on Hyperliquid. You can trade on any centralized exchange or decentralized exchange, guys. It doesn't matter. But make sure that you know that gold is looking really strong here and is ready to break towards the upside after breaking this resistance. Once it breaks this resistance of 5200, in my opinion, it's going to consolidate a little bit and move towards the local highs, which is around 5400. I'm going to be TPing one around this level, which is 5220, and that's going to be my TP2. TP2 is going to be around 5300 and TP3 is going to be around 5400. So a simple trade. I am in gold, and if you want to enter, you can enter again when gold comes back down to this support, consolidates and move towards the upside. So you can actually take this trade. Why? Because oil is going down. Why? Because risk ons are going up. And why? Because gold right now is mimicking the risk on assets. Now, Moving forward, guys, one more thing I want to talk about is wix. Wix, very important. Wix is basically the implied volatility for the next 30 days, right? And wix is above 30 for the first time since last April. And what does it mean? After similar wix spikes towards that 30 level, S&P was higher 11 of 12 cases 1 week to 1 month later, which is a good thing. So wix going towards the upside above 30 level always makes S&P a good buy, and you can see it in this chart as well. Look, very simple. When VIX move towards the downside towards the 10 to 12 region, that is when you sell your stocks. When VIX move towards the upside to the 30 region, then you buy the stocks. And look at this aggressive move towards the upside. This was the COVID situation, but right now the war situation is actually de-escalating on every single front, whether it's military, whether it's oil, whether it's water. So you should be looking for stocks, and I'm going to be talking about the stock trades soon. All right, final thing I want to show you is what happens to VIX in the war situations. VIX historically tops this week and then collapse. Why? If you look at every single war, Vietnam War, Gulf War, Afghanistan War, Iraqi War, Crimean crisis, every single time, second week is when VIX actually tops. War, as brutal as it may sound, is bullish and presents the best buying opportunities. So I'm telling you guys, focus on the stocks which you wanted to buy, look at the charts for them and make sure that you're buying them. So first I want to talk about is Robinhood. Robinhood is the first stock I want to talk about. Robinhood went up a lot. It's an amazing business, and right now it's sitting at a discount of around 54%, but it hasn't tapped the main support, which is sitting over here at $60 to $65, $60 to $70, let's say. $60 to $70 in my opinion is going to be the perfect tap for Robinhood. It is also the highs from February 2025. It is also the resistance from May 2025. So as soon as Robinhood come towards the downside, this is where I'm going to be longing Robinhood, and you can do it anywhere, guys. You can do it on a decentralized exchange, centralized exchange, wherever you want to. You can keep a stop loss below this wick that we are looking at, which is around 57. If you keep your stop loss below this wick, and leverage has to be low, obviously no financial advice, but the leverage has to be low because your stop loss is extremely deep on this one. Now, will it come back down? Or will it continue to go towards the upside? We don't know. We don't have a crystal ball. But even if it continues to go towards the upside, we can actually short this level and we can look to long this level. Then we get two trades. Very simple, guys. So this is the first one I'm looking at. Then the second one I'm looking at is Tesla. I've talked about Tesla a lot of times, and Tesla is actually slow bleeding towards the support, which is sitting at around 355 to 360 level. And that is where I'm going to be looking to long Tesla on leverage, on Bitfunded. So if you go on Bitfunded, you've got Tesla and some other things, but I've already got my Tesla limit order ready at 350, and I'm going to put one for 355 as well. So I have got Tesla limit order for here, and my stop loss is ready as well, which is around 4%, a little bit shallower of stop loss, so you can have high leverage. No financial advice, but that is how risk management works, guys. You need to make sure that your risk reward ratio is perfect. You need to make sure that your stop loss and take profits are perfect as well. And you need to have a thesis. We're not here gambling, right, in the markets. So these are the two things I wanted to talk about in stocks. The two trades that I can see right now, and obviously the Wix theory, you should be buying stocks at the moment because the war is de-escalating. Now let's go towards crypto. Crypto fear and greed index is right now at 40, which is extreme fear. Well, it's at 13, which is in extreme fear, and it's been like that for like 40 days. The current record was 74 days when Bitcoin traded between 18K to 30K, and now we are already done with 40 days in extreme fear. This is absolutely serious. Now, I'm not saying buy Bitcoin right here. I'm literally not saying that, because Bitcoin at the moment is sitting at the resistance, and I don't want people to buy the resistance, please. So I believe Bitcoin is going to come towards the downside. This is not the bottom for BTC, but if it goes up, retest, then this can convert into a trade, or if it absolutely destroys this resistance and moves towards the upside, then this can be a very good short position at 74K, which was a short position here as well around 4th of March. This was a proper deviation up thrust towards the upside, and we can see the same thing happening again, like a double top situation. So I'm not saying buy crypto right now. All I'm saying is buy tech stocks. Focus on right levels to buy tech stocks on, like Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Coinbase, Robinhood, AMD, all these things that you always wanted to buy. You know, this is a good discount in my opinion. Now, moving towards a crypto stock that I'm looking at is Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid broke out yesterday, one of the tokens which is showing most amount of strength right now, and I don't want to miss it. I really don't want to miss it. So I'm putting a limit order at around $33, 50% of my position, and then as soon as it comes below, gives a deviation and moves towards the upside, then I'm going to add to the position 50% more, and my stop loss is going to be around 3.7%. I'm taking this trade on decentralized exchange and Bitfunded. So I'm taking the trade on both the things. All you need to do is go on Bitfunded, press Hype, or anywhere, and just set your limit order, guys. Set your limit order. It's as simple as that. You just need to set your limit order, put your stop loss in, that is it. We are predators. We wait for the trade, and as soon as the trade comes to us, we attack. We do not move towards the trade, okay? So remember that. Everything is very simple. Now, the last one I want to talk about is BNB. This is the final chart and the video is going to be over then. It's in the range, more than 33 days now. And I'm waiting for some kind of breakout, retest, and continuation towards the upside, or a deviation so we can short this thing. Right now, it should be in your watch list. It's tradable, not tradable at this point in time, but it will become tradable soon. So guys, this is all from me. This is literally all from me. If you were here until the end, please give me feedback on how it was and what clarity you want from me. Press the like button. That is the main thing. Comment and share and subscribe, and let's go.